Hello everyone, I'm Wallaber. I'm developer of Jellycar and currently working on a game called Pro Gymnast. This is my dev stream for this game. And Pro Gymnast is a action acrobatics game. Sort of think of it as like Trials HD co-op gymnastics. You control the limbs of the gymnast directly with the gamepad here, and you try to work your way through challenge courses, kind of go to the right, get to the end kind of style game. This is the level editor right here, which will come with the game. And today, I'm going to kind of pick up where I left off, although if for some reason you've been watching this on YouTube, you're missing a section because on Saturday I recorded for about 2 hours. It was amazing. I got so much done. I was talking the whole time, best stream yet. Fortunately, the microphone was not hooked up properly, so it was just this royalty-free music playing in the background while I silently mouthed my amazing insight for 2 hours. So that one's not going up on YouTube, but hopefully this one will if I don't screw it up too. Today we're going to work on levels, mostly, I think. Yeah, I've made some good progress on the features of the game. I've added some new elements in, and I think it's time to make some new levels and also go back and refine and check the ones I've already made. That certainly won't be a only today thing. In fact, probably the biggest remaining task on this game to get to the 1.0 release is to make sure I have enough levels and the levels are good and they're in the right order. I have spent a lot of time on levels already over the course of making the game, but it's been here and there, and it's time to really start focusing in on it. So you can see here, if I go to load level, these are all the levels I have so far, including all the different tutorials I've tried. Not all of these are actually in the game anymore. I've iterated on this quite a bit. But so I want to go here and I want to look at all these levels again and maybe play them a little bit, make some changes. But before I do that, I think I want to just make some new ones. I haven't just sat down and made some levels in a while. So the level editor in the game is built in, as I mentioned. It will come with the game, so every level you play in the game was made with the same level editor that you would have access to as a player. And it's pretty simple. You can zoom around, you can select things like this is the gymnast's starting position, so you can decide where they're going to start. And then you just press one of the buttons on the controller here to bring up the palette of props. So these are all the up till here. These ones down here are just for me, for prototype or for tutorials and things. But from here up, these are all the real ones that players will get to use. I still have maybe one or two more I'm going to add to the game, but nothing major. So one of the big things I've added recently are parallel bars. And parallel bars, I think, are going to be a really great addition to the game because they really, really reduce the difficulty of the game. Just to reiterate that, so these normal horizontal bars here, the main ones in the game, you can just sort of grab onto and swing from. They're a very small target, right? Like if I want to let go of this bar and catch back onto it, I have to get my hands right onto that bar. See, and I can have a lot of scenarios like that where you just barely miss it. So it's not only that you have to be close enough, but your hands, right, need to touch it. And so that can make something like, let's make a level, right? Let's make this level. This level is swing on this bar, leap to this bar, right? Sure, I can do it. Of course, I'm the one making this game, and I have been playing it for a long time. And see, I still miss all the time. That's not gonna make it. Oh, wonder if I can get it on just one go. No swings. Toss it. Probably. That was pretty close. This will probably get there. No. Anyway, so my point is that this is a. There it was. It's already super hard, right? And you know, the game is all about hanging from bars and bar-like objects. There's not like any running or tumbling in the game. I mean, there's like a very minor amount of sort of fake tumbling you can do. Like, hang on. So, you know, I can like sit down here and like, you know, cheese around on the ground a little bit. Maybe even do a back handspring. Oh, onto my butt. Ouch. But really, it's not a tumbling game. So, for example, let's change this level. We're going to get rid of this, and we're going to add in this. And let's make this be the goal of the level. Okay, let's fill it out a little bit with some landing mats down here. Okay, so now this level, right, swing from this bar and get to those parallel bars, much easier. I can grab those bars anywhere along that line, right? Grab it right there. You know, I could get a bunch of swing going and like shoot up really high and catch it. I don't even have to have my hands in a particularly great spot, right? Like I could probably just swing like this and just let myself, boom, hit it, right? Like I still had to do the part where I jumped off the bar at the right time, right? Like I could still fail like that. But overall, this jump is so much easier and more forgiving. And so I want some levels like this earlier in the game, especially, but kind of in general too, right? Like this is just kind of more fun. You can catch on to things, you know. It's cool. So let's I mean, first of all, this is like the world's simplest level, but it probably should be in the game, right? Somewhere early. So we're gonna call this this is just an internal name. I will come up with a proper player-facing name for this later. So let's call this Leap 2 P-Bars. Okay, and then we can save it, but we can also go over here and set some things. So this is the requirement, like basically when you complete a level, you earn medals in this game, and earning medals unlocks new locations and lets you progress in the game. Completing a level at all gives you a medal, and then there's 3 other medals you can possibly earn in a given level. One is for completing it faster than a par time, which is what I could set right here. Another is completing the level with a higher score than a par score. And the third one is finding the chalk collectible, which you know, I can place somewhere to add some difficulty or variety to how you complete the level. So in this case, you know, for example, if I wanted it to be that you need to like do a trick on the single bar and then jump over and connect to the P-bars, then I would, you know, give you a point threshold, like let's say 2,500 points. And then this level you could complete very quickly, right? So if you can do it in less than 7 seconds, we'll give you the medal, let's say. So we'll save that. And then we also need the chalk. So the chalk is here. Technically you can put more than one in a level, I think. and I believe I only give you the medal if you've collected all of them. That's an interesting point. So far, I have only put one piece of chalk in every level I've designed. But having more than one would actually be kind of cool. Probably not for a level like this, for example. For a level like this, there's not a ton of interesting places to put this, right? Like, for example, I could just put it right here and just say jump through it. I could put it up here and say do a release here and then catch back onto the original bar. Hey, Sympathy, thanks for stopping by. That's awesome. Nice to see you in chat. Thank you. I'm working on some levels right now. Mostly today we'll be making levels. Right, where to put this, you know? I could put it here. This makes it just sort of part of playing the level. You're going to earn it. I could put it like over here somewhere to force you to do a big long jump, which might be kind of a fun. Maybe I just push you a little bit. Like I put it like right here. Let's see. Here we go. Right, so if I just kind of jump there, I did not collect the chalk. But I did it in less than 7 seconds, so I got that medal. Let's play this again. But if I can... Yeah, okay, it's a pretty big jump. Let's see. Let's see how much swing I need to build up here to get this. This might be even more than I want to do early in the game. Oh my god. Really got to fling it over there. To get that, I'd be worried I'd almost go past the P-bars. Let's see. There's the trajectory. Oh, don't grab it yet. There's the trajectory. I'm going to overshoot it. Okay, so that's certainly doable, but it's on the hard side. Let's bring it back a little bit. What about here? This should be fairly easy. And there we go. Cool. Yeah, that's probably more like what I want for this level. So, we're going to save this. And then, I haven't really tested my score threshold. Sympathy is asking, how do the controls feel? Well, that's the big question mark with this game. The controls are the thing that you're either going to love about this game or you're going to hate about this game. And it's a trade-off. So, like, basically, the way it works is, so if I don't do anything with the controller, the gymnast will just hang there. And essentially, you're kind of puppeteering the controller, the gymnast. So the left stick is the arms. And you can see if I press up, nothing happens because up means hold your arms up. But if I press this way, that would mean hold your arms this way. And you can see the gymnast tries to do that. If I press down, it means put your arms down to your waist. And of course, anything in between. And there's only so far back you can go, obviously, because there's sort of a limit to your shoulders, like that. So that's that stick, right? And then the right stick is your legs, and it works exactly the same way. So if I press down right now, nothing will happen, because that would mean point your legs straight down. If I press this way, that would mean like sit, like in an L shape. And if I go all the way up, it means like point your legs straight up at your face. And of course, I can go back as well, about that far. So you can combine these controls to do almost anything. This is the trade-off, right? Is that you have tons of control over the gymnast. Oh, by the way, you can also use the triggers here, and they map the same way. So this is the arms side of the controller. This is the leg side of the controller. So this one will pull in your arms, see? And this one will pull in your legs. So for example, if you want to tuck in midair, you just pull both these in and you essentially tuck into a ball and you'll spin faster. If you want to spin slower, you let go. Yeah, snake pass on the switch. It's kind of that type of game. A lot of people will compare it to QWOP, if you've ever played QWOP, obviously, which is a super hard game where you just use QWOP to try and run, right? It's very similar in the sense that you have this very like low-level control. of the Gymnast. What it means is you can do almost anything, right? Like I can, for example, like get swinging in a variety of ways. I can swing forward like this, but I could kill my swing and then build up speed the other way. And if I want to like whip like this, I can, or if I want to be just very simple, I can pull into the bar like this, which means in the air I can tuck, but then pop out whenever I want and tuck again, etc. Which means once you kind of get a feel for the controls, you can do almost anything. It means, of course, that the barrier to entry to this game is kind of high. Like, if you just pick up this game and just hit play and just kind of like flail around on the controls, this is what's going to happen, right? And you're going to be like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Unlike co-op, I have put a fair amount of effort into the tutorials in the game, so this game will hopefully attempt to hold your hand a little more than those games that are intended just for you to be like, they're hard, get good, but there's an upper limit, I think, to how many players will truly be able to get a feel for the controls and enjoy it. Like getting over it as well. Getting over it was similar. I think this game is trying to be even nicer in terms of onboarding the players, but we'll see. So all right, this level I think is pretty good. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I wanted to test my sympathy. You've made it to the top of getting over it. I can't do it. I've made it pretty far, but I did not make it to the top. I do really like that game though, and Bennett Foddy is an awesome creator. Okay, I wanted to test my score threshold. I put 2,500 points, right? And let's just see if you just like build up some speed, right? And let go and do like quadruple backflip here. Okay, that's going to give you plenty of points. Look at that. That's like 27,000 points. So that's obviously going to give me that medal. Cool. So maybe 2,500 is, what would it take to not get that score? If I just go like this, I'm not going to get it? Yeah, 1,500. Okay. All right. I think this is in pretty good shape. So I'm going to save this again. And I've added a new thing just for myself. Last night I put this in. I was watching a GDC talk. I need to look it up and add a link or something later. I think it was one of the GDC 2020 like online talks. And the designer was talking about little tools that are worth making or not making. And they were talking about level design. And they had this system where they just had these 3 symbols that they would tag their levels with so they could keep track of which ones are done, which ones still need work, which ones are brand new. So I just quickly added these little buttons in here. These won't appear in the final game. Oh, you can't see them. They're hidden behind, hang on. Behind my new stream junk here. Here we go. So you can kind of see it here. These 3 buttons. And basically, this will only show up for me when I have a development build, not a release build. But I can just click, let me unpause here. I can just click one of these and essentially tag this level as done, for example, with the green, or, in progress but not quite done yet with the little yellow triangle, or it's like brand new. It's not. Don't put it in the final game with red. I'm going to go ahead and be optimistic and mark this one as green for now. And what that does is if I pause or stop the game here, I have another little tool I've made for myself for tracking all these levels, because this game is a level-based game. It's going to have a lot of levels. Where is it? I go down here to scenes, level database. Okay, and if I run this, eventually. Okay, so this brings up a, not for players but just for me screen that actually it searches through my folder with all the levels in them and makes an entry in this little like sort of fake Google Sheet type thing for every level in the game, including the thumbnail. And then it tells me like what type of level is it, what stats have I set for it. The chalk question mark up here is, did I put chalk in this level yet? So the red no's are ones where I'm like, oh crap, I got to go back and make sure I don't forget to add chalk to that level. And then over here they're organized by what level set they're in, which is my like my progression in the game. So you can see I have them organized here. So my first California map, here's the 15 levels plus the arena for California 1, and then here's California 2, and I've got 15 levels and no arena yet. Probably should have a warning there for that. And then here's California 3, which currently has 14 levels. And then Tokyo number 1 has 9, and Tokyo 2 has 2. So obviously I'm not done yet. I need more levels. And at the top here, I have all the levels that aren't associated with a level set yet. And so these are some new ones I've made recently, or ones I've retired, like some of these older tutorial levels that I've replaced. So they should be here because they're not supposed to be in the game anymore. So I have a couple I've made over the past little while here, like this one called Miracle Sequence, The Climb, and Interrupted Giant, and Slide Along. Slide Along? I need to check that one. And these are up here as a reminder they're new and I should add them. And then you can see my new symbols over here on the right. So this is all pretty much red right now because I just added this new tag with the status thing, the symbols, and I haven't actually flagged hardly any levels yet. I just tested a few by giving them different ones to make sure it's working. So did you make this with C#? Yeah. So the levels themselves, like when you save a level, what happens is they get saved out as like a JSON file, which, see if I can bring it up. Yeah, so how do I turn on word wrap? Here we go. So this is a level. So obviously the level editor is just a scene in Unity, like it's part of the game. And I've added my own, methods for placing and selecting and moving objects around and setting their properties and stuff. And then I have my own code when you save that to basically turn that into some data, which is this JSON file. So you can see it's like, here's a list of objects. The first one is the gymnast start position, and here's its position and rotation. And, then there's a powered bar spinner asset, which is just the name of one of my props in the game. Position, and then this might have some special properties like rotation speed or whatever. So that gets saved like that. And then there's also a thumbnail, which is just a PNG, which I also just have Unity camera capture essentially the level and save that out as a PNG. So then those two files exist somewhere on disk. And then I have them all in this streaming assets folder, which is a special folder in your Unity project, or if you make a streaming assets folder, the files in that folder just get copied over into your build unchanged. So that means I guess players could go find that folder, right, and mess with stuff, but I'm of the I don't care type of game creator, where it's like if you really want to mess around with the game, who am I to stop you? Anyway, so my little level editor tool is very simple. There's a script sitting in the scene that looks like this. And basically, when you run the scene, it says refresh list. And what refresh list does is it finds the path to where the levels are, which is application.streamingassets path/levels is the folder, right? And then basically, we get all the files that would have the extension of .lvl in that folder. We loop through all of them, and for each one, we instantiate a little UI prefab that's like a row in that list. And then I go through here and I use some of the code from the game to do things like, given the content of the level, tell me the level name, tell me the level type, tell me the medal time, the medal score. If it's an arena type level, give me some other information about it. And then I basically populate that little UI with all that information, including things down here like, so if the medal time is 0 seconds, that means I haven't set it yet. If the medal score is 0, I haven't set that. So I'm going to consider that an error, and then I basically change the color of the text to say, like, show that in red so that when Wallaber looks at it, he'll realize he's not done with that level. And like here, I added in a thing, does level contain an asset called chalk, so that I could basically look into it and say, did I ever add the chalk to this level? Right, if I have it, I put a yes. If I don't have it, I put a no, etc. I try to find the thumbnail so I can show the thumbnail. And then my first pass through, I keep a dictionary here of like all the levels that I've found. And I also make a little list of like, if I get the name of the level, I can get back to that level entry's UI. So I do one pass through all the levels, and then I go and I find all my level sets, which the level sets are very similar. They're just JSON files as well. It's like JSON all the way down. Let me see if I can open up one of these. Or maybe I can just do it this way. Yeah, here we go. So here's a level set, right? It has a name and it has a list of all the levels in order. And then it has what's the arena level for this. So over here in that code, I loop through all the level sets and figure out what levels are in level sets so that I can essentially sort down here by level set. I also have a little help here, like if I have a level in more than one level set, I can append this like, hey, this is in more than one. Did you really want to do that? Like, why are you doing that? So that's it. You know, this is 200 lines of code basically that of course no player will ever see, but is very useful for me in keeping track of all my levels, because I'm going to make a bunch of changes. I'm going to make new levels like that one I just made. That level should be very early in California 1 because it's a simple level. So I'm going to need to add it into here. And actually, I was thinking last night, so there's one part that's dumb about this, which is that, as I mentioned, all the levels are in this streaming assets folder, which is a folder in my project, like the, you know, in the tree under my Unity project. But the level editor, like for the players and the one I'm using to make the levels, saves the levels to a different folder in your like app data, you know, on Mac, on Windows, and on Mac in your library folder under application support. And so right now, like for example, I just made a new level, that cool leap to p-bars level, but it's not showing up in my level database little tool here. What the heck? It should be up here in this section of levels that aren't in a pack, but it's not. And the reason is because it's currently saved in that other folder. And like what I have been doing so far is I like copy all the levels over into that folder, edit the levels, make changes, and then copy them back into the game folder, which is kind of error prone. And so I was thinking today, actually, or last night I was thinking, I wonder if on my computer I could cheese this and I could say that, hey, my app data folder for levels, what if it was just an alias to the one in the actual game, and I could get my level editor just for me to just directly save them and right where I want them, so that anything I see in my editor is the in-game version of the level. I don't remember how to set up an alias in Windows, or whatever you called it. Is it an alias? A shortcut, I guess. I'm Googling this right now, because I think what I could do is I could go here to, you can't see this because I'm not sharing my whole screen, so you get to just stare at Unity while I talk about what I'm doing. I could go here to the app data, you know, Wallaber, Pro Gymnast, and I currently have this levels folder. And what I should do is I have made some small changes to this, so I'm going to grab all these levels and I'm going to copy them back into the game folder, which is always slightly frightening. Replace. Good thing I have source control, so if I really screw something up, I can undo it. Okay, but now what I want to do is in the app data folder, there's a levels folder that the level editor is looking for. I'm going to delete this folder. Do I have any yes, I have this new level I just made. Don't want to lose that. Maybe this will be the last level I manually copy. Wouldn't that be great? Let's see. Let's see. Okay. So that new level comes over. Is there anything else I want to save here? I don't think so. Okay. In fact, what we can do though is we can archive this, right? We'll call this levels _ archive. Okay. Now, back to Google. How do I do this? Browse to the folder you want to create the shortcut to. Right click and select send to desktop create shortcut. Okay. So we go here and we say right click send to shortcut. Now on my desktop I have a shortcut to levels. Where is it? Okay. Now I just renamed that to just levels. And I put that here. It would be cool if this works. Okay, so now according to my computer, in app data, Wallaber Pro Gymnast, there is a folder called levels, but it is actually secretly redirecting to the streaming assets folder. Does it work? Let's find out. Well, let's just see if this is still working. It should be. Okay, this isn't broken. And my new level is here, but that's because I copied it manually. There it is. Leap to P-bars. And my status didn't save. I'll have to look at that. Okay. Now let's go to the game. Okay. Okay. Running the game. In the editor, load level. We see nothing. This is where we should see the list of files. Is a shortcut not the same thing as like a symbolic link? Let's try this. How to create true directory aliases windows, not shortcuts. This is what we want. Hopefully. Okay, so it looks like a shortcut is not like a symbolic link like I was hoping for. Okay, symbolic links can be created using... Okay, let's try this. So let's go back here to... my app data folder. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and actually, look at I can't see this, but the level editor made its own empty folder called levels because it didn't believe this shortcut was a thing. So I gotta delete this shortcut. Okay. So how does this work? mklink /d makes it a directory. And then link and then target. Okay. All right. Let's see. Can we do this? So we would say here mk link /d. Oh wait. I gotta get rid of this first. Okay. mklink/d levels, and it should point to some folder. Let me go find it. Here it is. Assets, streaming assets, levels is a long path. Okay, grab that, come back here. T levels. Does that work? Okay. I got a terminal window open. We're doing some real proper hacking right now. Let's go to my folder that I wanted in, which is right here. Okay. I do like how I'm slowly learning how to speed some of this up. Okay, make link/d levels, and then the path I want it to point to is this path. Invalid switch. Okay. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Might need to be running command prompt as administrator. Let's do that. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, let's go with full paths for this. So we're going to do mklink/d because it's a directory. And oh my god, I'm getting all these pop-ups on these websites trying to sell me stuff. Okay, /d/h, and then where do I want the new thing? I want the new thing. I want the new thing here. And I want it to point to here. Access is denied. Why? I don't know how much longer I should dive down this rabbit hole. I wonder if it's because... Yeah, probably because I'm trying to make a link from a user folder in app data to... Well, I don't know, but the folder I'm trying to link to is in my documents folder, that same user. You can make a version without the, I don't know, we can try a different parameter here real quick. Like that's, maybe that'll work. I don't know. That feels like it's the same thing as the shortcut. Let's see. Oh, hey, look at this. There's a level list now. Maybe it worked. Okay, the way to test this would be to edit one of these files. Like, what's a level I don't care that much about yet? Okay, well here's my new one. Let's mess with the new one. I can load it, that's a good sign. We're gonna move the chalk over here. We're gonna save it. Thinks it saved it. We're gonna mark this as green. Why isn't it green before? We'll find out. Close this. Pause it. Now let's go look in my streaming assets folder. And sort by date modified. The new one is the latest, and looks like the change came through. Hey, hey. I think it worked. Let's see. Let's go back here now. Level data, load level. Let's go find that again. Leap to P bars. Okay. Oh, the green mark's there now. That's good. All right, let's put this back over here. Level data, save. All right, cool. Let's see. Let's make a new level. Clear all. All right, I want to make some more parallel bars levels. I want to make one where you leap from parallel bar to parallel bar. I think that'll be fun. So we'll have one where you start like right here on the very back of this bar. Like that. Maybe in one click. Cool. Okay. And then we're going to have you jump. Actually, let's have like a downhill kind of transition. So you're going to start up high like this. Then we'll have another bar kind of over here, maybe a little ways away, but down. And then another one. Should be super easy, right? Okay, I'll mark this one as the goal of the level. And let's see. We're gonna put the chalk, I think, like right here. I want you to do like a giant swing or a leap right on the edge of this P-bar. Okay. Let's make it look like they cared about the gymnast safety. So we're going to add a little wall here. So these are the walls in the game. You can basically turn these into like little, any shape you want. And they become just a, you know, like a rigid collision. Make obstacles and things. Going to just use this to make little platforms like this, and then put some landing mats on them. Right? This is a professional gymnastics tour. Their safety is a top priority. This feels like you're gonna hit it though. Let's see. Okay, don't drag your feet there, but I think the next one is. Alright, so you kind of like, whoa, no, ugh. Jump across. Okay, this is not trivial anymore, so that's cool. Oh, look at that. I missed the chalk. Huh. Okay. Now a little bit of a leap across here. Okay. Feet are dragging, so that's no good. Okay. Alright, so we want to bring this down a little bit, maybe 2. Like that. And okay, how hard do I want this level to be? We could like this, there's like a whole little gap here. I could bring this over. I could bring this over like this. And then we're going to want to go like this. And like this. Like this. And maybe even actually put this on like a little bit of a slope. Like that. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay. That's cool. That's a fun little level. I wonder if I should at least extend this out like this. Can definitely capture feet on the edges there. Nice. Okay. Cool. This is pretty good. Maybe make this even more like that. So if you're over here and you grab onto not there. So you can still definitely hit your feet here. Maybe I'll make this sloped as well. Yeah. Okay. Now, I like the chalk position. Let's think about how fast I reasonably want you to be able to beat this level. Okay. That was 7 seconds. Obviously, it could be done faster. It could be just boom. Oh, I wonder. I bet I could skip the middle bar altogether. Go like that, and then like, that was 8 seconds, even with a little slow-mo. Okay, so you could do it in under 5, but that's probably a little ridiculous. Now this is going to be a pretty high scoring level, even if you just do like any flips at all, you're going to get like at least 2,000 points. Okay, so let's set some values for this. Let's give us a name. This is going to be P-bar. There's descending. Okay. So let's say in under 10 seconds you get that medal, and score means you got to do at least like a couple flips, so 8,000 points. Okay. Save that, and we're going to mark this as yellow. We're generally happy with it, but it's maybe needs, you know, playtesting on a different day with fresh eyes. Okay, so now let's double check here and see if my new Symlink thing is working, because now this level should just appear in this list immediately. Does it? It does. It has a dumb name, but that's okay. Yeah, P-bar is descending. There it is. Everything's set. It's not in a level set, but it's marked as yellow. Cool. So we made that one, and we've made leap to P-bar so far today. Let's make like one more. Let's see. Curious about like a P-bars level where you climb. So like if I put in the parallel bars at an angle like this, like what's that like? This shouldn't be too difficult to gain height. Yeah, not too bad. Okay. That's kind of cool. Okay. So let's make one that's like a little journey. Let's start you on a normal bar, or like a little mini trapeze or something. Might be kind of fun. Like this. This is gonna swing too low, maybe. Okay. I think it actually goes farther than I thought. So let's put you over here like this. Leap you over to here, and you're going to climb up a set of parallel bars. And then over like this to a top thing. And then you just need to jump down and grab the final P-bars down here. Or let's put a mat down here. A big crash mat. Okay. And then we want a wall. Basic wall. Kind of saying, yeah, you have to go over this like crazy mountain here. Like that. Okay. Let's try this. So you start here, swing yourself over to the parallel bars, and now you just kind of need to work your way up. Okay, now my feet are going to hit here. Which I'm not sure if that's like a fun part of the challenge or not. That's fun, you can get a huge jump off that first one if you want. Oh no, oh I missed it, look at that. I could probably still beat this level though by working my way out. That's kind of fun. Let's try this. Let's Build up some speed on. Oh, no, no, no. Come on. Try this again. Build up some speed here. I could probably skip the whole thing. It's kind of funny. I'm not sure if I love having the thing in your way for this. Yeah. Let's lower this a bit. Maybe like that. Okay. Try it again. That was a painful catch. I really like this part where you can just like go. Okay, now you can not really see the ending here, so it's kind of a leap of faith. Okay, so maybe what we could do is we could add like a wall on this side, like another mountain. Headed up to give you as kind of a clue of what we want you to do. Yeah. That's cool. We could add some mats in here probably. If I put one here, are you gonna drag your feet on it? Ever so slightly. Okay, that's alright. Just raise this up a little bit. Could even make this like this. That might be too much. Try that. Try that. Okay. Okay. I don't think you drag your feet. Let me get a big swing going, see even if you like really. Yeah. Cool. Ooh, that was a close catch. Just barely hit your feet there. Okay. Alright, with that other wall over there, it's a little more clear what you need to do. And we could even like I wonder if it'd be kind of cool to go like this and then to add a mat here. Oh, it's so big. Maybe not. We could add one over here though. Kind of communicate if you overshoot. That's kind of cool. I suppose we could do the same thing here. If we change this, change this, change this. Okay, I feel like you're gonna hit your feet on it though. Which means this would have to be, ooh, that's a nice looking bug there. Oh, I've got a second point there. Let's get rid of it. Yeah, if we go like this, we can bring this down to here. Okay, let's test that. Alright, big jump. Whoa. Boom. Ooh, that was a close one. Looks like you can hit your legs right there. Should fix that. Oh, so sad. Alright. This will be an interesting one to try and complete fast. Try and set a good par time for a timing on this one. Okay, cool. And then you can kind of cheese your way over, as long as you don't knock yourself out. Okay. Cool, so what was I going to fix it? This, you could still kind of catch your feet on, so we'll go like that. And let's add some mats over here just to emphasize safety. Oh, I was worried about that. Okay, can't have one here. We could do this instead. Put one here like this, put one here like this, and let you kind of swing right through the trough there. Even more. And this could actually be more like this. It's gotta be farther back. Okay. Alright. That's cool. Oh, no. I was too scared to go for a combo there. Oh, I still cheesed it. Look at that. So this is probably kind of on the edge of like amount of leaps I want in a single level. And if I have too many, the game can get frustrating very quickly. You know, this level feels like a like I'm still having fun messing around with it, so that's good. I probably feel like I could learn some other techniques to be less like safer ways to jump across this. Okay, so let's save this before I do anything else. This is P-bars, mountain, climb. Okay, save it. Now, I have to take a guess here at, alright, what's like the fastest you could beat this level? Jump across here, get up. That was pretty fast, 15 seconds. I mean, I'm sure it's possible to do it that faster. Not like that though. That 15 seconds was pretty good. Yeah, 15 seconds, okay. Wow, 1,000,000 points, dang. Alright. So let's say if you can do this in less than 18 seconds, you get the medal, and the score here is very easy to fill up. So we're gonna say 250,000. Okay. Save that. Mark this as yellow, which means we've kind of looked at it and it's in pretty good shape. Okay. Let's go back and look at our level database. Mountain climb, there it is. Cool. So today we made 3 new levels, all using the new parallel bars prop. And I cleaned up my workflow here with a symbolic link, so I don't have to constantly copy files back and forth from the editor to the in-game path, so that's good. Alright, cool. That's pretty good progress for today. This week, Steam has a Summer Games Festival going on, and Pro Gymnast is part of it, so there will be a demo version available this week. And tomorrow I'm doing a slightly longer live stream where we're going to just play around with the level editor. So hopefully some people will come by as a result of Steam marketing the event. At least I'm led to believe that will happen. We'll find out. In any case, though, good progress today, and we'll see everyone hopefully back here tomorrow. Bye.